I'm serious. Like, what am I going to do?
Stop fanboying.
Like, you Sony, you took my games and you put them on this dead-ass console.
My
exclusives. Like, I guess I could if I want to be funny with it, but it's like, dude, whatever, man. Like, Death Stranding is on Xbox. I'm like, go play that shit.
So why are you advocating for exclusives if you don't care as to where these games are going? To me, it seems that you went from being an Xbox fanboy refugee to being a PlayStation one, and now you're starting to realize, like, oh snap, exclusives really don't matter. Nobody's even buying these games in the first place because at the end of the day, the vast majority of the gaming market is playing free-to-plays and third-party games. You people know this.
For real. It's like, go play it. It's a good game. I hope you enjoy it.
You didn't seem very happy when you said that. Just go ahead and play it. It's a good game. Matter of fact, you don't even have to really pay for it because you got it on Game Pass. But, you know, us on the pony side, we pay full price for our games. Director's cut, $70. I mean, you hear this, fool, man. You're just hurt. You're just coping. You're just upset at the fact that exclusives, the concept of exclusives is finally coming to an end. It is. And it hurts you ponies because that's what you guys have been building the whole PlayStation 5 platform over. Oh, we got more exclusives than you. We got more games, this, and that. Just to find out that you got PlayStation putting their games on PC.
I get it. You know, when it comes to exclusivity, while I am somebody that I can see what I'm able to do as a relatively, not completely, I'm pretty weird, but...
I mean, you called Alex weird for walking around with a banana suit just for you to go as far to say that I'm weird all along. Oh, wow.
As a relatively normal person, maybe I'm not normal at all.
No, you're just bald.
I don't know. Well, I think I'm a little bit normal. I'm like relatively
normal. He's bald! He's bald!
Look at something like exclusivity and see that there are pros and there are cons. Regardless of what anybody says.
Oh.
Do the cons outweigh the pros? Maybe.
Well, if that's the case, then explain as to why Co-Violet is a bad game. I mean, the game is a quote-unquote PlayStation 5 exclusive. The game being exclusive did not make that game any better. What about Quantum Break? Was it not Quantum Break? What's that game? Quantum Era. My bad. Sorry for that. No pun intended. Quantum Era. What about that game? Oh, we don't want to talk about that. But I thought the game was exclusive. I thought that's what makes the game better. You know, having the game have that PlayStation 5 label at the top just because you can't get a refund. I mean, you guys are ridiculous, man. Nobody cares about this exclusivity crap. And a game being exclusive doesn't necessarily make a game better. And Co-Violet is a prime example of that.
For some people, do the pros outweigh the cons? But you know what? There's people, they want to take these extremist stances and make it seem like that's totally normal. Like, no, exclusivity is just... unequivocally, it's never done anything for no one. It's like, bro, you fucking bought a console for an exclusive game. I guarantee it.
Oh, really? I mean, the funny thing is most people bought a console to play Fortnite. Most people bought a console to play NBA 2K and third-party games and free-to-plays. They did not buy them for your exclusives. That's why when you look at the software sales, they're at an all-time low. That's why your games don't even chart because guess what? People that bought the PS5 did not buy it to play this. And I've told you guys this. I said gaming is popular in all the wrong ways, and you people don't want to listen to me. Nobody's buying your games. Your games are selling worse than games that came out on PlayStation 1 at a time when the market wasn't as big as it is today. See, the problem is that you guys are the smallest. You're like the breadcrumb out of the piece of pie. You know what I'm saying? The garlic seasoned breading. That's what you are. You're nothing else. You're not even the crust. What am I talking about? You're not even the breadcrumb. You're literally the garlic seasoning of the pizza crust. That's you PlayStation fan. That's you fanboys. That so-called buy these Stellar Blades and all these lousy-ass games that nobody really cares about. Because, to be honest, there's just not a big enough market. And that's why companies are complaining about putting all this money into a game just for it to sell PlayStation 1 greatest hit numbers of 1 million sales. Back then it was acceptable because guess what? The games didn't cost that much money to make. But fast forward to 2026, games cost 200, 300, 400 million. This is why companies have started saying, hey, we got to do AA's instead because we can't afford to push AA's because the overall gaming market hasn't grown in the ways that we thought of. It only grown in the ways of Fortnite and all these other games. Free-to-plays, third-party games.
Guarantee it. And I guarantee that game that you're thinking of, you think of that console, you think of that brand, boom,
yeah,
boom,
Code Violet.
boom, boom, they got you. It's like, well, you know, I grew up and I realized that that's stupid. It's like...
It's not that it's stupid. Back then, you know, there was actually a market of gamers that actually was going out there supporting it, but a lot of people didn't just pick up the game because it was exclusive. A lot of the times people picked up the game because they liked it. It just happened to be exclusive at the time. Just like that Metal Gear Solid poster you got behind your wall, you know? But guess what? That game still went to the original Xbox. That game still went elsewhere. And guess what? People still love Solid Snake. So that just goes to show you that regardless if the game was exclusive at one time on PlayStation, doesn't necessarily mean that people didn't care enough to play it in the foreseeable future. I got the Master Collection. I played on my Switch. I got it on my Xbox. And I got it on my PlayStation. That didn't stop me from not picking the game up because I, regardless of the platform, enjoy the title. See, what you don't understand is, and also, too, exclusives back then was built off certain hardware. PS1 used tris, Sega Saturn used quads, N64 used the 64 megabyte cartridges. So there was reasons as to why games was exclusive because you just, at this point, if it wasn't as easy as porting something back then. You had to kind of rewrite the code to get the game to work on 64. I mean, look what they did with Resident Evil 2 to fit that on a 64 megabyte cartridge. They had to compress it. They had to do all this audio compression. So there you go, FMV compression. So that just goes to show you that it was difficult. So if you made a game for a platform, well, at that time, PlayStation 1 was doing the best. So that's why PlayStation had a lot more of those games in the 64 and the Saturn. Because it was the, you know, because when you made development for it, it's not because they didn't want to put these games on other platforms. It's just the fact that if you develop a game on PlayStation 1, porting it to a Saturn or a 64 would take a significant amount of work. That's all it was. And you people want to say otherwise. Oh, but yeah. I mean, in regards to these third-party exclusives we see, yes. But not, you know, obviously Microsoft, Sony, they have their little lead ways like, oh, we're going to have it here 5-6 months early. So of course, that's their game. They have a right to do that. But in regards to, you know, appealing to the grand scheme of gamers like Fortnite, do you think Fortnite is popular because it's exclusive or do you think it's popular because you can play it on multiple platforms? NBA 2K, right? Do you honestly think that these games are popular because of one platform? No, they're popular because you can play them everywhere and anywhere. You people know this.
Sure, man. Well, it just so happens that
my exclusive,
happened, right?
My
all the companies are changing their business model. See how that works? It kind of works. It went in tandem. But here's the thing. I'm still hearing people, like, as Fable is being announced for PlayStation, I'm still seeing people, they're like, well, you know, man, what about Sony? You know, it's always the what about is, what about Sony putting their games to PC? What if they go day and day on PC? You're going to have a meltdown? It's like, first off, no. Second off, every time people say this, every time they approach me, it's like, you guys are going to have a meltdown. It's like, I'm not you guys. I'm MBG. I'm one person speaking.
You are those guys. You literally said you got rid of your Xbox because PlayStation 4 had exclusives. Bro, we all know your history, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't go as far to lie about this. We all know who you are, bro. That's why people say these things about you. This is why you get mad when you get clipped when you talk about you trying to go to war over a PlayStation. These are words that came out of your mouth.
Oh, on behalf of myself.
Oh, really?
If you listen to anything I've had to say, and I know a lot of you guys know this, I've always put it out there that, go ahead. I was the motherfucker out here being like, yo, Sony, put Death Stranding 2 day one on PC. Do it. You won't. No balls. And they didn't. Sony's got no balls. They didn't. They fucking didn't, bro. But I was the one saying it. It's Steven Leon comes in. He's dropping the 20 starting with their money, and they're happy with the end result. Then, you know.
See, you guys don't understand. The market has grown. But like I said, you fanboys, the old school gamers, the prehistoric dinosaurs, you are literally the garlic seasoning of the crust of your pizza. That's all it is, bro. You know the little garlic seasoning you put at the end? That's you. That's you fanboys. You're not the slice. You're not the pepperoni. You're none of that. Not even the damn sauce. You're not involved. Those big pieces of pie is Fortnite. Grand Theft Auto 6, that is the big piece of the pie. You're just sitting on the outside of the line of the little season crust. Hey, what about me? Hey, what about my games? Why ain't you eating me? Huh? Why aren't you consuming my games, my garlic bread seasoning? Why are you going through him first? Fortnite is at the tip of the pizza slice. That's the pyramid. Why are you eating that? Why are you consuming that first? Why are you not taking a bite of the crust first? That's what you guys are. You're worthless. These gamers now, and like I've told you, for the old school gamer, it's over. Pick up your bags and go home already. Go home. Go back to the soil that you belong. Go back and pick up your brethren's dinosaur bones. You're extinct. I'm sorry, man. The market is not trying to appeal to you anymore. Continue to see more popular games, more franchises going extinct. Prepare to see this. And I honestly think that Microsoft came up with Fable and they're more comfortable because, yes, they're going to drop it on PlayStation. Yes, I'm saying it. Because let's keep it 100. Ain't nobody really want that game like that. Y'all like, what? Oh, no, game, so you've been hating this Fable. It's not that. You just don't want to understand the market. Do you think Halo is going to overthrow Grand Theft Auto 6 when that come out in fall? Really ask yourself, bro. It's a 25-year-old remake of an old game. You guys think Halo's still popping like how it did back in 2001? If you think that, then you're clearly lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. You know that. Deep in your heart, you're lying to yourself. Now, it might have, like some IPs like Grand Theft Auto, but that's because they have branded themselves to cater to a new market that probably didn't even grow up playing their games back in the day. You think most of these people playing Grand Theft Auto 5 played Grand Theft Auto 2 on the PS1 or the Dreamcast? No, they didn't. Most of their first Grand Theft Auto was 5. You people know this, man. Come on, man. Stop the cat, bro. You guys want to keep saying that gaming is growing. Yes, but in regards to the grand scheme of everything, of people buying games within the millions of all different types of genres and games, that's not happening. And we know that even with Final Fantasy, especially 7, in my opinion, was considered the Mario of RPGs. Just to find out that even that game is not having that much success. That's concerning. Because on the PlayStation 1, they didn't have that many hardware sales, but yet the game sold better. It sold better. You guys don't want to take this into consideration. So that shows you that even the popular games that we grew up in, they're not seeing success in today's gaming market, even though the market has gotten bigger. What do you guys don't understand? Those Fortnite players are not playing your games. Those NBA 2K6 players, 2K26, those Madden, those college football, they're not playing your games. How hard is for you to understand that these people that play these alleged games that I just brought to you are not playing your games? So when you go as far to go exclusive, go valid exclusive. Well, understand that they're not buying it. Understand there's a reason why Prince of Persia is getting canceled or delayed, whatever the case is, because they understand that the market, people barely even buying Assassin's Creed anymore. What makes you think they're going to buy a predecessor to a game that was the successor of the game that they made? You people don't want to wake up, man. That's all it is. Make sure y'all share this video around and let everybody know. Because I feel like you guys ain't really listening to the truth. You're just listening to what your body tells you. Your feelings. Oh, back in my day in 1980, we pick up a Genesis. I'm sorry. We pick up a Genesis for Alter B. We pick up a Genesis when it came out in 1991 for Sonic the Hedgehog. We pick up Super Nintendo for Mario World. That's what we do. I pick up a 64 for my Super Mario 64. I pick up a PS2. Well, that's what a third party could. I pick up a PS2 for Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, NBA Sweet. Those ain't exclusive. Twokime. Those ain't exclusive though. What do you mean? PlayStation has literally built the backs of their own platform off third party. Sony has never relied on their games. The guy from Sega told you, Sony, they don't know how to make games, and they don't. The guy from Sega told you back in the Saturn, Sony, they don't know how to make games because y'all were making cliffhangers on the Sega CD. Y'all was making Lord Brahim Dracula. What the hell? You people weren't making no real Sega game, like real games? Y'all were making Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone. Y'all weren't making no real games. Those was the games Sony was making. Y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know. Sony, like I said, the guy from Sega, Games Doing Another W, said Sony don't know how to make games. And you don't. You got through the PlayStation 1 generation because you took the page of what Nintendo did with the Super Nintendo against the Genesis and said, you know what? We can't make games, but we'll have third-party make games for us. Because think about it. Look at the real... And when you tell somebody what's the best PlayStation 1 games, do you think they say Jumping Flash or Parappa the Rapper? Or even Blasto? Do they actually say any of those games? No, it's Castlevania... Symphony of the Night, it's Metal Gear Solid, it's those games. Nobody liked PlayStation 1 for their own titles. Cut the cap. Nobody cared for PlayStation 2, God of War. I mean, yeah, God of War did have a market like 3 or 4 mil, but still not in the grand scheme of everything else. The only game that I know that stood out on PlayStation platforms was Gran Turismo. That I can say. PS1 is sold well. PS2, Gran Turismo has been selling well ever since, even on the PlayStation 4 and 5. So nobody's knocking that. But come on, man. Ain't nobody was buying no PS1 for them Jumping Flash, Parappa the Wappa, No. They were picking up at PlayStation 1 for third party, PS2 for Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy X, Devil May Cry, Onimusha. That's why we picked up the PS2. And also for a DVD player. I mean, it was a really good DVD player as well. But I'm just saying, that's why we pick up PS2. That's why when Sony with the PS3 had to rely on themselves, because those games was going on 360, and they had to rely on their own games, that's why Sony almost went bankrupt. Because of the PS3. Because Sony had to rely on their own offerings, and as you can see, what happened to all those IPs? Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, Carl. They no longer exist. From Resistance, to Killzone, to Infamous, MotorStorm, Folklore, Heavenly Sword, Warhawk, Starhawk, Twisted Metal. Where are they? They're gone. They're gone. Matter of fact, you could see some of those characters from Astro. I don't even call it Astro Bot. I call it Astro's Graveyard, where you go back and revisit all the IPs that no longer exist from Sony. And even though those games weren't popular, I personally, I guess you could say I bought a PlayStation for those games. I liked them. But unfortunately, those games just didn't catch on to a lot of people.
It was looking rough as all fuck. That junk is a 2027 game for sure. As good as it was looking, it's fucking junk.
I mean, it's crazy. You could go back, man, and I'm going to tell you something. Just go back, man. Go through that nostalgia lane and just go back and look up PlayStation 2 at launch. Just look at launch day and you can see the people was happy. They were out here having t-shirts, out here playing Uno and eating pizza in the malls and stuff. Go look at those. Ain't nobody doing that no more. Cut it out, bruh. You got people camping out for Pokemon cards more than they out here camping for gaming electronics, man. Go look at them old videos. Go look. Maybe that could open your mind when you hear that. Go ahead. When you hear that, you already know. You're going to start crying, I guarantee it. That's when gaming was at its peak. That's when people cared about when they were playing Halo main theme through the streets of their car vehicle. Dressing up as Master Chief when they picked up their game. There was passion. The people loved what they was doing. There's no love in this. People just doing it because you guys ain't got nothing to do. That's why you fanboy. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it a buck. Y'all know, back then, when the 64, and you can look at the guy with his, hey, let me get a turn on that controller. Oh, wow, looking at my daughter's jumping. Oh, yeah, the greatest new game coming out in 1996 for the Nintendo 64. All the kids are going crazy for it. Look at that. Even the dad on the news forecast for this brand new game, Super Mario 64. And you can see the excitement in the people that are playing it. There ain't no excitement in this. You got parents buying games for their kids. Like, go somewhere so I can go downstairs with your stepdaddy. Here, go. You need them $50 V-Bucks, Sonny boy. Here, here's $50 V-Bucks. Go leave me with your stepdaddy downstairs while we go do something. I'm gonna let you guys figure out what they doing. But I'm just saying, that's what's happening. You think the parents are behind the TV? Oh wow, Jimmy, this looking good. Look at the 3D polygons. I remember back in my days in the Atari 2600 and the Magnavox Odyssey with the white ball going back and forth. Wow, gaming is really advancing, huh, babe?
Oh, yeah, I know. It's so good. Oh, wow. This is looking incredible. Wow. I'm going to have to make sure I get this for the holiday for my kids. This is amazing. Wow. We went from hitting little balls from back and forth to seeing Mario jumping off walls to portraits. Wow, look at that. Look at Steve Austin's animations when he's coming out in WWE No Mercy. Matter of fact, I seen the movie GoldenEye, but this one is a great adaptation. Yeah.
Ain't nobody doing that for your games. Y'all looking at grass and rain puddles, and guess what? Ain't nobody still give a damn. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. You know, Gamester the truth for YouTube. Gamester with another W. Airbox!